You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Young and the Restless fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I have got some sizzling hot spoilers for next week on Y&R. We don't have the full weekly spoilers yet. We will have those for you tomorrow, so definitely come back for that. But we've got some spoilers for you. Very exciting stuff. Looks like Tucker might be in mortal danger. Victor may be in danger of getting busted for keeping sketchy secrets. And Nikki is back, hopefully sober, and things are about to happen with her. We're going to unpack all of these early spoilers for you. And then, of course, want you to come back tomorrow for the full roster of weekly spoilers. But if you haven't, please click subscribe. Let's jump right in. So Ashley Abbott, we haven't seen the real Ashley, I think, in a couple of weeks. It's been her alters taking control. Remember, we have the little girl, Ash, who seems to be like a very angsty young teen, kind of teeny bopper personality. And we've got Belle, the lusty Southern belle, who just wants to make love, not war. And then we have Ms. Abbott, who is devious and apparently has a propensity for violence. And Dr. Alan Laurent already warned Tracy that he's seen multiple personalities and he's very disturbed by the one he just met. And he got a glimpse of Ms. Abbott and he's gotten a glimpse of Belle. He hasn't seen Ash yet, but they think she needs inpatient help. And I think they are right. And what happens with Tucker next week could be the trigger where they decide whether she likes it or not. They're just going to have her committed. So we have this scene with Ashley's body, but Ms. Abbott, the evil alter, is driving it. She is with Tucker McCall. They are down at the Jazz Lounge, and it looks like they're there early in the morning or very late at night. I'm not sure, because she tells him that the place isn't open for hours, so they can have all the privacy in the world. And then in Ashley's head, the little teeny bopper Ash is saying, "Oh no, are you going to kill Tucker right now?" So she obviously knows what Ms. Abbott's plans are. And that plan is to kill Tucker and frame Audra so that it will get Tucker out of her life so Ashley can't ever reunite with him. And it'll also get Audra out of the picture because her personalities blame Audra for some of the misery in her life when Audra came along after the fact. So I mean, I hope Tucker survives this. I think he will. I think, Trevor St is on contract, but this could be what finally forces the family to go, okay, Ashley, we're just going to have you involuntarily committed. And I'm certain we'll have more on this when we get the full roster of weekly spoilers. So the second thing to talk about is Cole Howard and Victor Newman. So Cole's been sticking around. He and Victoria are kind of on a slow burn. Cole's getting to know his daughter, and he's spending a lot of time around the Newmans, and he has spent time around them. If you don't know the ancient history of this, at one point, Cole and Victor thought they were father and son. They thought that right after Cole married Victoria, and I think they went to Vegas, maybe, and eloped, and then they came back, and Eve was trying to tell Victor that she thought Cole was his son before she died of that mosquito bite. Anyway, so Victor assumed that they were both his children, and so he made them get annulled, and then later they had a DNA test proving he wasn't. So they have this really tangled history. Plus, at one point, Cole was banging Nikki way back in the day. So just this very entangled, messy history. And Victor has been acting very sketchy because he's got Jordan down in his basement cell. But Cole has been watching him. As a matter of fact, on Friday's episode, Cole, I think it was either Cole or Claire, they're talking about, it was Cole and Claire. They were talking about Brussels sprouts. Not a big fan of those myself. And she mentioned she hasn't really had them because Aunt Jordan hated them. And so then Victor goes downstairs. He's carrying a platter with like a cloche on it, the metal lid. And it looks like he has Brussels sprouts for her and sets them there for her to eat, which infuriates her. But what you don't see on Friday, but you see next week, is a little flashback that Cole was watching Victor with this cloche going somewhere in the house to the basement. Cole tells Victor that he thinks he's hiding something and says he doesn't know what it is or why you're doing it, but every time I talk to you lately, I don't feel like I'm getting the whole truth. Well, yeah, that is definitely true. And I think it might be a race to the basement to see who actually finds Jordan down there, because Cole has seen him now taking, a plate of food somewhere where he shouldn't be taking something. So he's got to know, and he may be following him. I don't think Victor's going to tell him the truth. I think it's going to be a case where Victor has to get busted. Speaking of Victor getting busted, Nikki Newman is home next week. Looks like rehab went really fast. Hopefully she is sober and is going to stay that way. But she comes in wheeling her suitcase at the ranch, of course, expecting to see her husband, and she's calling out, Victor, are you home? Victor? No answer. Probably because Victor's down in the basement tormenting Jordan. So I just wonder if Nikki goes looking for him and finds him in the basement, or if she sees him coming up out of the basement and is like, what the heck? So I feel like it might be a race of who is going to find out Jordan is in the basement. Will it be Cole? Will it be Nikki? Will it be Cole and Nikki? Because, Cole and Nikki have that complicated history too. They didn't tell Claire that part of the origin story of when Cole first came to Genoa City, that he was the sexy ranch hand, working for Nikki, that she took to her bed before he decided to date Victoria. So all very interesting. And I definitely feel like Victor's time is probably going to be up over the next week, and he is going to be busted. And right now he's considering using Jordan to get revenge on Jack Abbott, but letting her loose when she has a vendetta against the Newmans doesn't seem wise. Now, she tries to persuade Victor this week and is telling him she's a loaded gun. He can aim her at his enemies. She'll take them out. She's just desperate. She's saying anything she can to get out of that prison cell. But I don't think it's going to happen. And I feel like Victor's going to get caught red-handed. And then the question becomes, what did the Newmans do from there? Because Victor could be in legal trouble, because you're not allowed to just kidnap someone and lock them up, even if they were doing bad things to you. So now Victor has done this criminal thing. So this is just all about to get very messy, very explosive. I'm excited to see it. So come back tomorrow for your full roster of weekly Y&R spoilers. Subscribe if you haven't. Definitely drop your comments on what you are excited to see, and be sure and come back every single day, because we're talking Young and the Restless here 7 days a week. And as always, I'm your host, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.